What's going on, guys? So the original intro fell through, so here I am just introducing myself. My name is Ashton. I am the founder of Cook Motorsport, and I'm very excited to be uploading our first YouTube video talking about Formula Drift Atlanta and the 10 things that I really enjoyed about it. I was able to go, I was able to have a great time, and I hope that y'all enjoy hearing me talk about it. Comment down below some things that you want to know or some things that you want to see on the channel. Follow us on Instagram at Cook Motorsport. But most importantly, enjoy the video. God bless. So first off, obviously, in an experience like that, you immediately find things that you love. And let me tell you, FD, no shortage of it. If you ever get the chance to go to an FD event, whether you are seriously into FD, you're new into FD, or you like cars, honestly, go. It's a good bang for your buck. It's definitely not as expensive as going to a Formula 1 race, but I would honestly say that it is just exciting. And so let me tell you about my experience. So I unfortunately was only able to go on Friday, and hopefully I'll insert some clips of this, but I had a great time. I got to meet all the drivers, and I'll tell you my 10 favorite things in just a second. But I will go ahead and tell you who won. Pro Spec was Tommy Lemaire. He won first. Alex Jager and Josh Love. And let me tell you, that was awesome to watch. It was awesome to be there for Lemaire doing the backflip off of the car. See if I can insert that clip like somewhere right here. It was sick. I really thought, like, once things started breaking down, we got into maybe the gray 8. I really thought Alex Jager was gonna just absolutely pull that through, and I was scared for Josh Love. And then Tommy Lemaire and that beautiful car just swept right in, wrecked everything, and won the first out of not many FD Pro Spec events. As far as the pros, I was disappointed. There was a lot of ups, there was a lot of downs, and all in all, it was FD. It was good, it was enjoyable, with Frederick Osbo taking home first, Simon Olsen taking home second, and James Dean taking home third. I thought James Dean was going to win. He could have done better. I don't blame the judges for that. As far as blaming judges, there was a lot of calls this week, and I take it how Adam LZ said it. He didn't hate the players, he didn't hate the judges, he hated the game. And you know, that is how it happens, especially now with you can't challenge it. Only they're going to do a certain amount of one more times. And so it really was a tough situation for the judges to judge. But they definitely can look back at that and realize that they made the wrong call. And I'm going to insert a clip right here of what I'm talking about. Okay, so we can see right there that something is just not right. Eventually LZ stops, causes a small collision, but in this angle right here, you can really see it. Field comes up behind him, and he was already desperate to get back without him. There's a bumper off. Something is wrong in that situation. So I'm a huge LZ fan, and so obviously that is why I was kind of hoping that he was going to do good. I was hoping that he's going to win. Originally, he wasn't supposed to be in Atlanta with the collapsing of the bridge. He was not able to go to Spain for that drift event, and so he was like, hey, let's do FD Atlanta. I was so excited. I got to meet him. He's an awesome guy, and he was really hyped going into the weekend. So to see him kind of just get his position snagged like that, it kind of hurt. And that's no disrespect to Matt Field. Met Matt Field as well. Love Matt Field. But that was a no-go situation, and it was unfortunate. But enough with complaining, enough with griping, enough with bragging. Let me tell you the 10 things that I liked most about going to FD Atlanta, and I would say that this would go for every FD event. Number 1 is the competition. It's amazing. It's heated. It's fun. It's fast. It is loud. All in all, everything about a tandem, one-on-one, like your mistakes decide whether you're going to the next event. Your wins decide whether you're going to the next event. The competition is no joke. And especially in Pro Spec, I saw a few mistakes. And I mean, obviously, it's Pro Spec, and even every driver is going to have a mistake. But to watch the pros compete and get as close as they do and refine, that is why they are the pros. And so the competition is for sure best thing about FD. Number two, I have the cars. Okay, so being at Road Atlanta, number one, some of the best cars I saw were just spectator cars. People that were pulling up in like their clapped out E36s. You know, they pulled up in a 240 SX leaking oil. I mean, like it was legitimately, it was hilarious. I mean, like I even saw one guy pull up in a Lotus, and I was like, wow, that's a nice car. I mean, you went from up here to down here, but it was a culture. It was everybody enjoying their cars, and it was amazing. But you can't just look at spectator cars at an FD event. You have to look at the drivers' cars. And let me tell you, this year, it's amazing. Obviously, I'm an RTR guy. I think RTR has some of the best liveries this year, along with LZ, Prospect. I really like Jaden's livery on his Corvette. That green and the black does really, really, really well. But as well as with Chris Forsberg changing his livery and having that white NOS car now, it's insane. The cars are loud, the cars are powerful, they're fast, and they have angle. And that can be said about the spectator cars and the driver cars. And all in all, if you love cars, it was an experience. As well as getting to watch the Global Time Attack. Beforehand, got to see literally, once again, from Miatas to Porsche 911s. Apples to oranges. But it was insane. I enjoyed every second of it. And competition and cars. Top two things there. The third thing that I just honestly really, really enjoyed about being at Formula Drift was walking around the paddock. There was no shortage of things to buy. There was no shortage of things to look at, take pictures of, people to meet. I mean, like, I had a genuine conversation with Von Gittin Jr. And I mean, that you don't get to do that at a Formula One racing event, especially not for what you pay. And the paddock is just, it's open. I mean, you get to walk down there. You get to see the cars up close in person. Maybe I can insert some pictures here if I can. I'm sorry. But getting to genuinely meet everybody and getting to talk to everybody. And, like, I met a guy who had been coming since 2009 every year, and he's only missed 1 year. And it was insane. So meeting the people in the paddock, seeing the cars in the paddock, buying things in the paddock, a lot more than you should, but it's there and you're going to want it. It was amazing. I mean, and it wasn't just drivers. Hurt and T-Pain pulled up with Nappy Boy Automotive. I got to see T-Pain's Mustang, and it was absolutely gorgeous in person. Adam LZ brought his 944 Turbo, and just genuinely walking around the paddock is absolutely amazing. And that leads me into my fourth favorite thing, which was the vibes. The vibes were immaculate, okay? And I don't just say that to be, well, the vibes, you know, this genuinely was a good time with good people. It was happy. It was hot in Atlanta. I'm telling you, it was hot. I'm still sunburnt. I am still sweating. Not really. But it was really a good time. And I truly just enjoyed getting to meet the people, getting to talk to the people, sitting down, eating with people, getting down, just watching racing with people. The people are really what makes the vibes, the fans. That is honestly what makes the vibes so well. But it's the smells, it's the noises. It is FD, and it is simply amazing. And I've already said it, but that leads me into my fifth favorite thing, which was the noise. It doesn't get any better than hearing fans cheer, hearing vendors yell out for food, and hearing tires screech. I mean, it's amazing. Hearing 1,000 horsepower engines roar. If you've never got to see that in person, I mean, when the RPMs go up, the ground shakes. The noise, the vibes. You can almost tie that into one. I put it in two. Deal with it. 5. Those are 5 of my favorite things with FD. Now on to number 6. And number 6 is the location. Okay, so Road Atlanta. It got pretty busy, especially on Saturday. I saw there was hardly no parking. It was taking people hours to get out at night after the competition was over. But it was a great time. Like, it really was a great time. The location is so good. It's back off of Winder Highway. Like, it's in the woods. It's not around a bunch of houses and cities and this and that. But it's also not too far away. Right? And so I felt like it made the perfect location. And as well as Lanier Speedway is literally right across from it. And it was an amazing experience to see both of those, number one. But just to be in that location, to be so close to Atlanta, to know if I need to go to Atlanta, I was there. To have a gas station right down the road, if I needed to get gas after I left, before I went in, it was good. And which they have everything that you could need there. I mean, they have bathrooms, they have medical, food, everything. Like, really, these events are not just thrown together. They're well organized. But as far as Road Atlanta, and I heard a few of the drivers say this is a favorite track. And it's not just the layout. I think it's the environment. I think it's the location. And I mean, come on. I mean, it doesn't get much better than Road Atlanta. And then 7, once again, I could have put this in with the last one, but I decided not to. And that is the track. They love the layout. They love the simplicity, but yet the difficulty of it. And that was what, and I don't remember who said it, but I was able to go to the autograph signing, and it was huge. I mean, I asked everybody, how's your confidence feeling? Are you excited? Are you ready? And all of them said, yes, Atlanta is one of my favorite tracks of the year. And I mean, that says a lot. And just coming down on that straight and then having that huge decel zone just so you can brake hard, get right back on the throttle, and go on that inner zone 1. It's insane. And then I do like this layout more than the original, where they go up, and I'll try to put a picture of the track, or hopefully if you don't know what I'm talking about, I can put a video in here. But the way that they shoot back up the track, right? So you go in the inner zone, come back around, and used to they would come in the first bit of the horseshoe. This time they come in the second, come back around, and I feel like it flows better. I know some drivers said that they like that a lot more, and all in all, I thought it made really good for spectating. But the track is great. The track layout is great. And another thing that I mentioned, which is my number 8, favorite thing about going to FD Atlanta, was meeting drivers. 100%. Like, honestly, that was amazing. I mean, to see these drivers and to know that they are human just like you, and to know that they make mistakes more than you see, to know that some of them are nice and some of them are humble, and there was a few that you meet that didn't really seem like they want to be there, but I also understand that as well. But meeting the drivers, it was amazing. Now, I know you can stand in like a non-paying line, and you can go over there and try to meet them, but normally in the autograph signing, they have like such a short amount of time. You pay $35. That's what I paid. You pay your $35, you get your lanyard, they give you a Sharpie, they give you a poster as well. And I think that makes it worth it. And then you just go straight down. And actually, give me just a sec. So this is the lanyard that I got, just saying that I was doing the fan experience. I did get it signed by James Dean, Vaughn Gittin, and Ben Hobson. They punch it, just let you know you go through there. They give you your Formula Drift Sharpie. And I mean, you walk right through, and you get to meet the drivers, and they give you the poster, and you get it signed by all the drivers. And all in all, it is just an amazing experience. If you have the money, you have the time, and you want to meet the drivers, that is the best bang for your buck. And speaking of bucks, spending money, the merchandise, number 9. The merchandise was amazing. There was no shortage of it. From teams, right? From teams to brands to FD themselves. Even some food vendors had some merchandise out. There was no shortage of it, and it was all good. It was all high quality. Some of it was a little bit overpriced, but I mean, you got to make money somehow, right? And I mean, I think that's expected when you go to any type of event like this. But like, especially, I know I bought some stuff that was just based off of Michelin Speedway, and it was I got a lanyard and I got a metal pin, and you know those are just things that I like to collect. Those are things that I like to get, but they were pricey, but there was no shortage of things there. The track sold gear, FD sold gear, RTR, LZ had his booth set up, Royal Purple had a booth, O'Reilly's, Toyota GR, anybody you can think of had a booth set up. And so it was great. There was plenty of stuff to buy. I am broke now, but I did thoroughly enjoy myself. And this brings me to my last, not least, but not my most favorite thing about FD, because it's a little spotty, but that is the Formula Drift fan base. Not everybody you run into is going to be nice, but I will say the people that I talked to, the people that I enjoyed talking to, I had a great time with. I was able to sit down with some people I know when I went in there, there was a guy and he had like a cooking griddle on the back of his truck, and he offered me a pancake. I did not take the pancake. I did not know the individual. And so I did not take the pancake, but it was kind nonetheless, and it was funny. And it was just, they were cooking up breakfast. He had pancakes, he had bacon. They had their drinks, you know, people were bringing in drinks, people were bringing in food, people had grills, people had side-by-sides that they were sitting on. I mean, like, this one guy, he had a Ford Explorer and had a roof rack on it and set chairs up there, and they were sitting there by the fence watching. If you were at FD Atlanta and you saw that, please comment below. But it was hilarious. The Formula Drift fan base, they're loyal, they speak their mind, but they're friendly nonetheless. And it's all just a bunch of people who are passionate for cars. I mean, it's like I said, whether you're new to FD, like I talked to one guy and I told him it was my first event, because it was, and I was so excited to be there. He's like, dude, I've been coming for, I think he said 8 years. He goes, I love it. He told me some of his memories. I told him some of the memories that I had made just that day. I told him what I knew about FD. He told me what he knew about FD. It's genuinely, and I don't say this to disclude, but it's just a bunch of bros hanging out. Like, it's just a bunch of brothers and sisters hanging out, really. And it is absolutely amazing. If you ever get the chance to go to an FD event, please go. Now, with all that being said, I was asked a few questions by a few of my friends, and so I'm going to answer some of those, as well as just give you some tips that I feel like you need for going to an FD event, but especially FD Atlanta, because that's the only one that I've been to that I can honestly talk about. So first off is the parking. The parking was not expensive. It was $10. You could pretty much park anywhere once you got inside. You know, they gave you a little parking pass for your window. It was good. It was $10. I don't know how it is everywhere else. I know sometimes it's hard to get parking in different places, but as far as Michelin Speedway, parking was easy. I went ahead and bought it beforehand online, showed it to them when I got there. They scanned it. They let me in. It was easy. It was simple. Don't stress about the parking. Your tickets, make sure you get everything beforehand. When I got up front to call in, walk in, I can't even think of what it's called right now, but I didn't get my lanyard to begin with. And so when I got to the autograph signing, they were like, where's your lanyard? And so I had to get that sorted out. But that is another good thing, and another tip is find someone wearing an FD shirt. If you don't know something, they will help you. It's what they get paid to do. It's what they enjoy, and they want you to know what they know. And so genuinely, it's a good time. It's a helpful base of people, and they will get you through. Next thing that I absolutely recommend, and it is an essential, is a chair. Bring you a chair. Bring you a lawn chair, a stool, a 5-gallon bucket, whatever you have to bring to sit on, bring one. I know at Road Atlanta, the seats there aren't the most comfortable. Like, I'll try to insert a picture, but it's just like cinder blocks. It's just like concrete and gravel, but they have places for you to set up chairs. And so bring a chair, be comfortable, have a good time, bring a raincoat, a poncho, something like that, and bring some drinks. If the venue will allow it, and which Michelin Speedway, Road Atlanta, they did. I brought me a case of water, and I went through a whole bunch of it. And that's another thing. Stay hydrated. Bring some snacks. But most importantly, out of all the things I think you should bring your friends. Bring someone to enjoy it with. I unfortunately had to go by myself, but I did make some friends along the way. But 100%, if I would have been able to bring a buddy, or I know my girlfriend really wanted to go, I think I would have enjoyed it just a little bit more. But that's not to say that you can't enjoy it by yourself, because you can, and I did. But 100%, in which I was talking to my girlfriend, I was bragging, and I told her just how much fun I had, and she's like, well, you would have more fun with me. And I was like, you know what, you are absolutely right. I would have, and I'll try to insert a picture. You know, I got a video from Colette Davis for her, and so she wasn't completely left out. But as far as me, I went by myself. Bring a friend, bring a family member, bring your mom, bring your dog, but only if it's a service animal. That was the big part. Service animals only. And last but not least, just to answer a few questions. It is easy to get in. It is fun. And honestly, it's affordable. I know getting like a 3-day ticket is cheaper than just going like 2 days. But you know, you go through there, you find your prices, you find what works for you. honestly, if you're just looking for a getaway, which honestly was what I was doing. I love FD. I enjoy watching it. I enjoy commentating on it. I enjoy writing about it. I enjoy talking about it. But to go and to be in it and to have a good time, that was awesome, and it didn't break the bank. And that was huge. I think I spent more money on gas getting there than I did my actual tickets. And I definitely spent more in there than I did getting in there. So with that being said, sorry about the camera. Hope y'all enjoyed the first video. Hope you enjoyed hearing me talk about FD. Go follow us at Cook Motorsport on Instagram. We post a lot more there for the moment. We do write-ups on motorsports. We do write-ups on manufacturers, teams, Formula One, FD, Red Bull, and soon I will have a video coming with my friend Landon, who does Ledbetter Racing on motocross. It is new for me, not new at all for him, and it's going to be awesome. So stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video on Formula Drift. I hope that y'all are going to watch the next Formula Drift event in Orlando at the end of the month, and I hope you have a blessed day. See you later.